traditional rulers ahead of the upcoming political circles? Because there are some questions that's really going around this last statement I made.
Yes. Right, thank you very much. You know, I can see you are trying to put
2 to 1.
the whole thing in context
Yeah.
and, you know, raise some perspectives. Okay. But let's start this way.
Okay.
I mean, Nigeria, I think it was a decree during the military era that was carried on into as we return to civil rule, and many states adopted it in their traditional council, that 5% of allocation, federal allocation, to each of the 774 local governments goes to the traditional rule institution, the traditional council
Okay.
in the local government. And if you check the Nigeria, you can see the level of, the increase in allocation accruing from the federation account to the three tiers of government. So then, if you come to some local governments, you have only 2 gazetted traditional rulers, traditional stools. It means in some places it's just only 1. In fact, before the emirship crisis in Kano State, like Kano had only just 1 gazetted descent because 1 emirate. So with 40 what numbers of local government. So it means if you go by that law, that law is implemented in, if it is adopted and implemented in Kano, that the emir alone will have 5% of the receipts from federation account by the entire local government in the state. Even in many other states, including in Delta, there are places where only 1 or 2 traditional rulers constitute the gazetted stool in those states.
Okay.
And by statutorily, because it's by law, those allocations are due to them. And now you are now budgeting another humongous amount going to the same place that the law has provided
allocated for.
Yeah. Addition. Then secondly, who is traditional rulers' welfare? Is it on the exclusive list of the legislative list? So, for all I know, traditional council affairs is the next thing jurisdiction. Local government is within the jurisdiction of the local government. So, to me, as a Nigerian, I think I will call it a misplaced priority.
Okay.
And there's no other interpretation to all this than politics. And the Nigerian Constitution is clearly provided there. Nigeria is a secular state, so you cannot apply the finances of government to the promotion of any religion. Like what is his name? When they were talking about that's Benjamin Carlo, this issue of a constituency project in Abia State, where he allocated that he spent the money to buy musical instruments for churches, for do this evangelism for churches.
Yes.
In a time where Nigeria is ranking among
I'm telling you
the poverty capitals of the world. So you see, we have so we have so what will I call it? Politics have become so recreative that nothing can be spared to getting into the corridors of power, because there's no business on this earth that pays like Nigerian politics.
Okay.
So until Nigeria find a way around, that return public office to public service, we will continue to see this type of acts in different ramifications.
Okay. Now, looking at the churches now, are the churches supposed to get any form of allocation? They are religious worship centers. Are they supposed to get any form of location from the federal government?
Listen, the attention on churches now is because of the crowds they control. It is because of the crowds they control. It is, so what is being targeted? Nigeria election is first to pass the post. If there is anything like half a vote, once you have half a vote advantage, you have crossed over. So everybody is targeting, population.
Okay.
Population cells. Everybody's targeting population cells. Wherever you can. And pastors become, when Nigerians go to church, they leave their brains at home.
That's a sad one.
They leave their brains at home. The only thing, majority of those crowd you see at congregants, you see at worship centers, the only thing they know about their religion is what their pastor said, not what they have as a conviction. And that is why, see, let me tell you, one of the things that ruined Nigeria is a religion. You see, before what we call the Enlightenment period, if you go back to your world history, the Europe that came here to say they were on civilizing mission to Africa, they were regarded as Asia regarded them as the backward continent. Asia regarded Europe as the backward continent until the Reformation. So it was the Reformation that changed the direction of thinking of Europeans and gave impetus, became a catalyst to every aspect of their life. When after the Reformation, what did the Reformation do? The Reformation challenged the Orthodox churches, Orthodox doctrines. It started with Martin at Wittenberg, the Martin Luther King. Yeah, when he pasted his the 94 thesis at the cathedral at Wittenberg. And the basic thing was that when he said the basic thesis there was that the authority for forgiveness of sin, for salvation, does not reside with the Pope. He criticized, he said the church was not about spiritual redemption and spiritual upliftment, that it was about authority and hierarchy. And said that the clergyman, the bishop or the reverend father may not even be more spiritual than even a lay member of the church. That was his understanding. So he challenged the people. He said that salvation, spiritual upliftment, can only come. It is internal. It can only come from you as a person, your belief. So the thing went forward, then the spread through Europe, and the Wesley brothers came up. The Presbyterian led by John Calvin came up in the Scandinavia. So So the whole thing changed. It was even of course the Orthodox Church, the Catholic,
Catholic.
And the Church of England responded.
Anglican.
Yeah, they responded. While the Church of England was responding to the Wesley brothers, who became the founders of the Methodist Church. So that thing led to the group of people they call the Puritans and the Pilgrim Fathers, who had to migrate from the homeland in Europe, especially in Britain, the British Isles, and went to the Americas and Australia, and founded those countries. So, and you saw that if you see the American Constitution, if you see the foundation of the American socio-political, the American socio-political foundation, you will see that it bears with it the spirit of the Puritans, or the Pilgrim Fathers, and the Puritans, they hyped on the liberty, they hyped on freedom, even though their freedom was subjective, because it is the same people who build that type of place that you see the racism against the.
So what we're saying now is that the church has actually deviated from what it is supposed to teach.
Yes, I was with a friend of mine, a pastor, a very good friend, was in my house, and I told him, I said, the day Nigerians will begin to see the full interpretation, the liberational interpretation or theology emanating from our pupils, that is the day Nigeria will begin to change. That until we change from this prosperity gospel, and turn to personal responsibility gospel, we are not going to make any headway. So people
now let's
you saw I think we talked a bit about no we didn't talk about on this table. It was another place that they are proposing the banning of preaching in buses.
No, yeah, it was that was last week.
Okay.
Yes.
And I say I support it. I'm full in support. I'm a Christian.
Yes.
I'm a Christian, but I support it because that is mere zealousness. It does not. Okay, let me paint a picture. If we are traveling in a bus, Nigeria is a secular state, or call it a multi-religious state, and we are 18, maybe in that bus, maybe 18-seater bus. We're 18 in that seater, and you will have people of 3 or 4 religious groups, adherents of 3 or 4, and all of them start preaching in the bus. How will it look like? How will it look like? So it is extremism. It is extremism of its own kind. That you get into
a public vehicle.
A public vehicle. Everybody paid for him or herself, and deserve to have their own privacy. And look at when we came under COVID, when we were meant to stay at home. Did the world perish? Did the religion stopped? So I mean,
they devised another means.
We must go beyond all these sections and sentiments.
Okay, burning.
So what it has become, you see, of course, what is the primary mission of a politician is to get to power.
That's true.
How he behaves, how he conducts himself when he gets to power is another kettle of fish altogether. Then we are in a democratic. We claim to be in a democracy. How do you get to office? You go for election. When you go for election, our electoral system is from our lived experience. Show that our electoral system is not so much about how you garner the votes. It is about were you declared winner. So that's why politicians go to the poll and say, announce me first. Just say I am the winner and leave
The rest.
the rest.
All right, so still on that story now, let's look at unidentified locations. Now, reports reveal that 11 palace projects worth 5.85 billion naira have no specific geopolitical location listed in the budget. Now, how can the public be assured these are not ghost projects? We are seeing too many ghost issues now. We're going to talk about one. That these are not ghost projects or channels for budget padding.
No. It cannot be ghost projects.
So what happened to the unidentified
You know
locations?
that though in our laws, in our constitution, so to say, traditional matters within the purview in the
purview of the state and the local government.
And the local government.
That's on the 1999 constitution.
The state, at highest, the state. But you see that people they call the National Council of Traditional Rulers. They are selected from the state council. You know, it's just from the state council. The state council members are selected from the local government. The local government is the only place where all gazetted stools within that local government, within the jurisdiction of that local government, are automatic members of the council. At the state level, it is representative. That is, there's a number of traditional rulers that are taken from each local government to be part of it in this. And sometimes there are some of them that are rotational, you know. So they are not, which means you are not a permanent member. The same thing happens at the national level. So definitely, the federal government will have a mechanism of choosing the palaces that will benefit from such a thing.
Why, Mr. Bonny, why the federal government? If you said now under the 1999 constitution that these traditional institutions and community affairs fall under the purview of the state and the local governments. Now, don't you think that the federal government
the states make the law
is exceeding its constitutional mandate?
So you see, that's what I'm telling you. It's not. So the government knows why it's giving priority to such
the institution.
But we're saying, but what Nigerians are saying is that priority is wrong, is misplaced.
Okay.
That is what the argument is. So, but you know, government will have facts or points to rationalize the action it has taken, you know. But putting it within the context, what Nigerians are saying, putting it within the context of the reality of our present economic situation. Because the money they are talking about, it will go a long way if those money is shared, is given as grants to universities.
Okay.
If that money is given as grant to universities, if that money is kept as a grant to young innovators, and said, if you have an innovation like they got to do the industrial design and patent, this is a reward for it. Because those are the things that fuels the economy, you know. Creativity. If we even say the federal government is putting this money to build commence the establishment of sports academies in all states of the federation, that we can start one per geopolitical zone for now. You know what sports you know what sports can do.
Yes.
By providing employment for the youths. Name the type of number of sports you have now in the world that are competed for in at the Olympics. If you have Football alone. Football alone. Do you know the number of people that it will transform their lives? You know the value chain in football as a sport. It's business value chain in it. You know, training camps, where's name it, marketing and the rest of it. People that will be employed and talents that will be discovered and exposed. You know, so I mean, you know, we can go on and go on. You go to Federal Ministry of Trade and Investment,
Yes.
and ask them in the last 3 years how many trademarks, how many industrial design, how many patents have they discovered. All this has become the best university in Africa. This private university in Nigeria has become among the top. Go and ask them how many industrial incubations exist in the university as a result of researches coming out of them. Every day we post on this camera and share on Facebook and TikTok while we're celebrating our PhDs and listen. Where is the connections between those? A PhD is supposed to be a groundbreaking. Either you are disputing an old theory thesis or you are coming up with a new one. You know, where are those? I mean, where is the link between our ivory towers and the economy? Where is the link? We are just only interested in decorations, decorated titles. That is, it is impacting on nothing. Impacting on nothing. Our children are still being trapped in, that is, outdated curriculum, outdated teaching methods.
Yeah.
Our institutions, we love education, but there is no daily, our teacher training, that is training of the teacher, the training of the educator, we are not intentional.
Well, there's
a
review now of textbook assessments. The FG has approved downward review of textbooks.
So let's see how that
goes.
The last administration in Delta State, when I saw the move to revamp old colleges, technical colleges, and build new ones, I was highly, highly excited. I said that is the direction to go. We should stop this method, this our educational system that is merely, we are just schooling. Our schools are just providing schooling. They are not educating anybody. It is only in Nigeria that you waste people's time teaching them what they never have the potential to become. Teaching them what they will never become. To be what they cannot be. Nobody can be. Nobody can flourish in what the potential for it does not exist innately in him.
Because
that football is so much paying now. You just go and, because you have all the money, buy kits for your child and say go and play football. You will waste time and come back.
Yes, you're right about
so schooling, that. Our education, our schools supposed to be the center for discovery, human discovery, discovering our talents and our innate qualities, and nurturing it and directing it to the to the service of the world. If you're a footballer today, you become, if you are discovered as a footballing talent today, you become an international star, because clubs anywhere in the world will be ready to have you.
That's true.
That is what it is. If you are discovered to be a technological innovator. We are talking through the microphone, reaching the world through the microphone, through the studio, TV. Nobody cares to know who invented it. It is for the benefit of humanity. It is for the benefit of humanity. If you discover a formula now that makes drilling of oil, extracting of oil from the ground, if you pick an innovation that makes it easier and cheaper, the whole world will go for it. It does not matter whether you were educated here in Atuzugwe Primary School or at Jose College. It does not matter.
All right. Well, let's.
So as long as we are not looking, we are not giving priority to those things, and we're looking at how to just win election and wait for the next cycle, man, we are just wasting our time.
Well, that is deep, very deep. Please, we shouldn't waste our time. Now, let's look at this story about the fake ghost workers. Now, payroll fraud. Police top list as ICPC uncovers 908 fake workers across MDAs. I would say this is a slap and also a shame. The Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offenses Commission uncovers 908 ghost workers and recovers 942 million naira in fraudulent payroll payments. The question is, how come? How can 908 fictitious entries, how can they be introduced and maintained in the payroll system without detection for so long amidst the regular screenings that we've been having? Where is the loophole? Where did we get it wrong?
Okay. Number one, you see, sometimes, most of the times, the media is part of our problem. Like you use the correct word, fictitious. There are no ghost workers. Ghosts don't work.
Okay.
What do you mean by a ghost?
Okay. Okay.
You can only see a ghost by form of apparition. It is not physical.
We all know what ghost workers mean.
Excuse me. So let us believe that they use it figuratively. Let us believe. But when you are communicating to general audience, you complain. You don't have to be figurative.
Okay.
Fictitious names, because those money end up in human hand and is used to go to lounge to drink, to go to market square to purchase, do purchases. Ghosts do purchases. So they are not ghost workers.
Okay, they are not ghost workers.
They are not ghost workers.
Okay, what about people that don't report to work but are being paid?
Fine. That's why I say fictitious. There are fictitious names used to defraud the government. That is what it is. They are not ghosts.
Okay.
Because those money ends up in somebody's
Account.
of individuals' account, and they are used to make purchases. Do ghosts go to make purchases? Do ghosts run bank? Do have any bank evidence of a bank account operated by a ghost, a non-corporeal entity that is not a physical entity? It doesn't exist. So they are not ghosts.
Okay.
So
move on.
Now you're asking, in spite of
the regular screenings and the police top the list.
Listen. You know, who was that? It was Bentham, the English philosopher, Jeremy Bentham. He said, the problem of the world has not been how to make good laws, but how to make those laws that will not be corrupted by the passions of men. We talk about tech. Everything is tech.
Yes.
Now we have what we call artificial intelligence.
Okay.
But it will never take over. It will never replace the human element. Artificial intelligence, what does artificial intelligence do for you? It becomes like ChatGPT. It goes beyond the normal search engines to itself assemble facts for you, isn't it? Yeah. So, but when you make some inquiries, it is going to shuffle the internet. So it is only what is available on the internet that is going to be able to pull up for you, isn't it?
Yes.
So Everything is programmed, and these things are programmed. So if the people who are doing the programming of your payroll, they are complicit in this act, what are you going to do? Of course, the person operating the when the gatekeeper becomes the thief, there will be no remedy, isn't it? When the gatekeeper himself becomes the thief, you remember the story, you heard the story of the wall of China. You know, how they build the wall of China to ward off invaders. But China was still invaded. Not because the enemies scaled through the fence. Not because the enemies crushed the defense. Because they compromised the gatekeepers at the fence. So that's why I said that once the gatekeeper becomes the thief, I mean, nothing can be spared. Nothing can be spared. So what is happening because those who are supposed to be the gatekeepers are complicit. There must be compromise for that to happen. No other way it will happen. The Adeniji, the Phantom DG, or what they call him, Foreign Investment Promotion Council thing. I will follow it. There's no way one man alone, single-handedly, that has calmed the whole machinery of government. So it would be interesting to see how the investigation will end. It is good that, okay, maybe the court aspect of going to the court trial on the matter is kept in abeyance now. Let the investigation run its course. You know. So, my dear, if I have said in Nigeria, where is even, you are talking of gatekeeping. You keep somebody, somebody at your gate, and you don't care about the person's welfare. You don't care how the person feeds. Don't care. You see the person in a ragtag situation. What does it mean? That guy, that your gate security will become your insecurity.
Yeah.
And to make it worse, the security man sees you and your children live in affluence, and you just tells him that what he's entitled to is that stipend of 20,000, 30,000. That money you refuse to pay him, you will pay it at ransom.
Yeah, sure.
Because that security man stands to organize your adoption. Anyway, let's be factual.
Okay.
In Nigeria, okay, how much is house rent today in Asaba? Let's start from where we are.
300,000 yearly for just a single room.
Good. Okay, for a family.
A family. We're
For
looking
a
at
family,
1.52 million.
So, what is the annual salary of like a level 12? Let's say before somebody gets to level 12, the person has come of age, they would have married and have children. In this type of Nigeria where there's high level of unemployment, maybe the man alone is the one working, the wife is not working, and they decide to they have children, 2-3 children.
Yes.
In fact, everybody have been tamed. This is no longer time for plenty children. Now you have 2-3 children.
Not in all families.
You have manage to have at least a decent 2-bedroom flat, how much would that go? So let me tell you, even a director, I'm talking of rent now, not talk of going to be, even a director, a substantive director in the Nigerian service, going by his statutory legitimate salary and earning, cannot build a house.
Yeah.
Cannot build a house.
You're correct.
Or it will be very difficult. It will take him almost through the career years to be able to put up a house. And then you're talking about school fees. Even the people who are running the school, that is those who say they have given quality education, their children are not attending the school. Will you go to eat in the restaurant of a woman who doesn't even eat the food he serves to the people? When you hear that the owner of a restaurant and her children
Do not eat.
that they don't eat the food they sell, next time will you go to that restaurant? Because they
Of
know
course,
it is
you
they know
won't
that
go.
that food is not healthy enough. So if I am the one at the head of the government and running a school, and the school is not good enough for my children, I have said it all to the rest of the world that school, that the delivery on that school cannot be trusted. That is what it means. If I am the one running and I cannot go to the health center in my village, my children cannot go there, or cannot go to the hospital, I've told the whole world that those facilities are not healthy. They are not reliable. So there's no two ways about it. And they say when you pay with bananas, you will employ monkeys.
Yes.
There's no two ways about it. So that money you refuse to, that because see, you're a big lady now in this place. You've studied, you've got to management. Maslow told you that the first hierarchy of needs are the physiological needs, isn't it? What are the physiological needs? Survival needs: feeding, food, shelter, Medicare. These are the things that you will have, at least to be alive first. To be alive first. So when people are pressed with physiological needs, men, forget morals. At certain elasticity of physiological needs, men, because somebody cannot be starving, not because he's fasting for spiritual or health purposes, that because he has nothing to eat. And you are preaching morals to the person. And the person, see,
Well, morals feed the person.
if you listen, if you have no food, you get to some point, even the sex, this in your body will start eating up your system. That is death. Starvation kills. There's no two ways about it. Starvation kills. Now, if you're able to manage to there's a difference between eating and feeding. You know that?
Yes.
Feeding will take injection of nutrients. Eating can just
Be anything.
chew anything to just stuff off
Your sister.
your system and quench the
hunger.
hunger.
Okay, but let's quickly take another story.
If you don't pay, let us look at the cost of living in the country and say, let us pay workers the living wage. That's what they call living wage. That is using cost of living index. And let's see what it should be. Then let's see what it is today, then you know that the Nigerian state cannot but keep contending with endemic corruption in the system.
Okay. All right. We'll drop it there. Let's just quickly look at this story. How inmates allegedly ran car theft syndicates from Bauchi prison. And that's on the Daily Trust. Now, how confident, my question now, how confident can the public be in its ability to isolate high-profile threat actors if a prison cannot prevent an inmate from orchestrating auto theft across state lines? How possible is that? Like a prisoner running a car syndicate from Bauchi prison.
Okay.
Let's not even call Bauchi prison, from the prison.
Okay, as a communication professional, when you hear that kind of a thing, what first comes to your mind? What class of inmate?
It should be the high class of inmates.
Fine. Did you read the Wole Soyinka's The Man Died, his prison notes? You didn't read it? Okay. If you read Wole Soyinka's, you see where he talked about privileged inmates.
Privileged inmates, yes.
Where he was talking about what he was, how he was treated and how two soldiers who were brought from Ibadan to Lagos just to shield them from their trial over their murder of one photographer, just merely because that's during the time of that genocidal attacks on Igbos following the crisis of 1966, the coup and counter coup. So you should know that the person who is able to do that is a privileged inmate because he has his phone with him. It's a big man.
What does that tell about our society? Now, we are even seeing another story that there are delayed justice and the crowded cells. Over 80,000 rot in Nigerian prisons. And there is high level of hunger in the prison.
Yes.
So if I don't get it, this facility is supposed to be a correctional facility.
Yes.
So how come it's so porous to crime?
Fine. So you find out like call it, it's supposed to be a correctional. It is also that is overarching, but it is also used to keep undesirable elements out of
the system,
out of circulation.
Okay.
You know, because they have become a kind of nuisance to society. You know. If you read St. Augustine of Hippo, the City of God, you talk about the reprobates and the elects of God. So there are people that are congenitally reprobates.
Okay.
But they are humans. You are not going to you can't take their life. So you keep them in asylum.
Yeah.
You keep them in perpetual detention, you know. They are burden. They are burden to society. So you keep them there. Then the ones that can be reformed, they are the ones that receive the correctional whatever. You know, that's why they call it correctional service. That is because the thing is we'll try as much. The government will try using the facility to reform. So those who can be reformed will be reformed and sent back to society.
Sure.
So, the prison, you can never budget adequately for the prison because you cannot be in January and know how many people that will commit crime in the year.
In February, yeah.
For you to budget, you use outlooks, trends and patterns and do estimate, Abi? Fine. So, but if anybody that exchanges words with Lenivet at shopping mall, and because Lenivet is the wife of one big man, they just get to the person and throw him
in prison.
Holding prison on holding charges. No charge has been preferred because no charge will be found to be preferred.
No case
They just
file
want to teach you a lesson that next time when you see the wife of an oga, you should behave yourself. Those were not the people.
Another added
Those are
mouth
not
to
the
feed.
people. Those are not the people. Those facilities
Is meant for.
are meant for. But
Yes.
a call away, we send you there.
Our system
And
indeed
until
is
the
corrupt.
oga approves that you should be set free, or until there's outcry. It is better now that we have what do you call it? The social media, that news information can go viral. It was worse, in 1967, as far back in 1967, Olusoyinka recorded it in his prison notes. The man died. How, the kind of, how the prisons were crowded, how they were beaming with, how they were bringing people there in droves. How he took his colleagues aside Nigeria, to go to the media and listen, for the government to even loosen their tight on him.
Mr. Bunny, you said it last week that our system needs serious purging. We really need serious purging, but where it's going to start, who is going to do it, we don't know.
I will always tell you that, I've said it here severally. All those who are just attacking those in power, they're missing the point. Because they are just the few among us. Some of the people who are talking now, when you give
them power.
See, listen, let me tell you, our case is, do you hate slavery? Do you resent your slave masters? That is the question. Or are you just wishing to be the slave master? That is our case.
Okay.
Do you hate slavery? Do you resent slavery? Are you ready to do everything to break the barnacles and chains of slavery anywhere it exists?
All right.
Do you believe that the only alternative to slavery is death?
But that's a good question.
Do you so if you do that, if you have majority of the citizens, great majority of the citizens who are attacking the slave master because they wish they're supposed to be in his position, then they are in them you have the greatest danger to society.
All right, thank you so much.
Also, if you have those who have normalized their life under oppression just because they are privileged slaves, then your society has hit the rock.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Bunny. You have actually spoken well. I call you my encyclopedia. Yes, so you've taken us to history and back. Wole Soyinka and 1999 Constitution, but everything boils down to change. It boils down to you and I. The change that we are crying for, that we are clamoring, we are preaching. It needs to come from within. It needs to come from you and I, and not the government or those in power. So stop attacking those in power, because like you rightly said, if that power is given to you, you may do worse. So ask yourself this question: what will you do? Do you want to remain the slave, or you want to be the slave master, or you want everything to be normal in your country? On that note, we drop Morning Ride Thursday's edition. That's a question for you to go and ponder on. Thank you so much, Mr. Bunny, again for analyzing the papers.
Thank you, my great sister.
All right, so on behalf of our supervising producer, Nimbofa Ozigbo, the crew,